Another week, another series of challenges, and not a loss for the last 4 weeks because he had that bye in there. 3-game winning streak. Shane Steichen talking about Jonathan Taylor, talking about injuries, talking about challenges. He sticks to his process. That's what he's talking about.
Not exactly sure, but we'll see how the rehab process goes, and hopefully we'll have him back sooner than later.
Did you have any idea what he was dealing with during the game? You couldn't tell.
Yeah, he's playing ball.
Crazy.
You know now, like what play or when it happened?
No.
Right hand, Shane?
Yeah.
Shane, that mean, go ahead. No other fact you never happened for some time. How nice is it to have a luxury though of having someone like Zack back there to go?
Yeah, no, it's big. Obviously, when JT wasn't with us early in the season, Zack carried the load, and that's what we expect, going forward with him until we get JT back.
Walk through today. What's the problem?
Just to keep these guys fresh. It's a long season. Want to keep these guys fresh. Obviously, it'll be a big mental day for us going through our process, but make sure they're ready to go and playing fast on Sundays. And you guys will probably see a lot of walkthroughs going forward on Wednesday towards the end of the season.
Shane, what is it with, as a head coach, I mean, this is different for you. You've got the entire team to worry about instead of an offense. When things happen, go back, all the suspensions and all this, how do you just sort of deal with it and move on as if something didn't happen?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I just think focus at the task at hand. There's going to be stuff that comes up throughout the season. It's going to happen throughout every season, and you just got to do your job. Everyone's going to do their job and keep it moving, and that's just the way I look at it.
You don't start thinking, gosh, what next?
Nope. I don't know. Just keep going through your process.
Shane, was ball security the big issue with JT and trying to play through it?
Yeah, I think carrying that football, obviously gripping it, and then obviously in pass protection. You know what I mean? Just being smart there.
Is IR being considered?
Not right now.
Shane, you had the opportunity last year, obviously, to be a part of a team that's had winning streaks. Now you guys are on your beginnings of the season. What is your message to you send to the guys here as you continue to ride this winning streak here?
Maintain the focus of getting better every day, and that's it. Just trusting our process of going through the weekly preparation and getting better. That's really it, and being 1-0. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff, obviously the playoff picture, but it's really about this week, and that's what we got to focus on is this week.
Some of the guys a few weeks ago were making fun of Zack because they were saying he was slow on one of his breakaway runs, jokingly. But I mean, look, he isn't like this blazing fast guy. How has he has explosive plays this year?
Oh yeah.
Right. So you don't maybe expect it from a guy who isn't like quote unquote fast. What is it about him?
I think he's very nimble. Like when he's going through, he's very patient. He sees it. He presses the holes, and then when he does get out in space, he's able to break tackles and create those explosives, which is awesome to see. And he's been awesome for us all year, and obviously excited for him. He's next.
And you weren't here last year, but obviously he came here, from a situation where he wasn't being used very much, and was excited about it. And I don't think he could have ever imagined he'd be used this much. Just in terms of just being ready, is he a testament to other guys to some extent?
Yeah, it's phenomenal. The way he prepares every week is awesome. He's a great teammate, great in that room, in that running back room. DeAndre Smith, our running back coach, does a great job with those guys. Our quarterback room and our running back room is right next to each other, and you can hear DeAndre in there coaching his tail off. And he's just done a heck of a job, and excited about Zack.
You talked about focusing on this upcoming week. You guys face the Tennessee Titans for the second time this season. What are the biggest differences you've seen from them coming into this game as opposed to when you were facing these guys?
They're doing a good job. Again, I got a ton of respect for Coach Vrabel. Obviously, the first time we went up against him, he's had a ton of success in this league. They do a really good job on defense. I think it starts up front with Simmons and Tart and Key. Those guys are really good players, and it'll be a heck of a challenge anytime you go on the road in an environment and a division opponent. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a 4-quarter battle that we got to get ready for. But they're playing good football, and then offensively, we know what Derrick Henry is. He's a heck of a football player. We got to tackle him, and then the quarterback, Levis playing now. He's got a big arm. They're putting the ball down the field a good amount with him, so we got to eliminate the explosive plays. And then Hopkins, is a really good player that we got to keep an eye on.
Straight start with the backup?
What's that?
Is straight start with the backup?
Yeah.
What were your impressions of Levis during the draft?
Huge arm, can make all the throws, very tough. He was a smart football player. Looks like he's going to have a good career.
Shane, with walkthroughs, it's hard to judge, but Ryan Kelly, is he Still in protocol.
He's still
I
in
assume.
protocol, yeah.
Would he practice? Would a full day of practice today was?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
When you look back at the first meeting, so much personnel has changed for you guys and for them. Is it hard to grasp a whole lot from what happened in the first matchup?
Yeah, I think you kind of look at maybe is it more schematically, have they switched things up defensively, offensively is really what you look at, because from a personnel standpoint, I know they got some new guys, Kayvon Walsh on the back end, spent some time with him in Philly, so they got some new pieces, so yeah.
Will you guys add a running back, or do you like what you have in house?
We feel good right now. Yeah.
What have you seen from Trey Sermon? What made you all want to make him part of this team, obviously?
Yeah, no, Trey's a good runner. He's got good vision. He's a strong back. Spent some time with him, obviously, in Philly. Had him there when I was there. But a good, strong runner. He's got good vision, good patience, and he's able to break tackles.
How important is it to just maintain some kind of balance in the backfield as well? I know Zack had a huge workload early in the year, but obviously ideal, I guess, to have him play 95% of the time.
Yeah, no, we work through those things every week, even when we had Zack and JT, obviously. But Zack's, he carried the workload a good amount, obviously, early in the season, and feel really good about Zack.
Titans have played really well at home. You see anything on tape that makes them a better team when they're
That's a great question. I know they're scoring a lot of points there. I looked at that last night. I think they scored 17 against Atlanta, but everything else they've scored 20+ points. I don't know if the rhyme and reason for it, but the other playing good at home.
Shane, did Juju's miss 4 games? Did he get a longer timetable than you originally thought, or why not put him on IR?
Yeah, we've worked through that process. He's getting better. He's getting close, and we'll see how the week goes this week.
Shane Steichen is consistent in his messaging, and according to the players, he's consistent in his behavior and his leadership, and that's important. When you've got an 18-week season with 17 games and you're trying to cobble it together and you're trying to figure out from 3 and 5 how to get into the playoff hunt, the Colts would be in the playoffs today if it started today. Man, you got to be consistent, and Shane Steichen really is.